Good morning, class. I hope you all are doing well. Dear students, in our previous class, we have discussed our ongoing chapter Manufacturing Industries up to the topic Agro-based Industries. In that particular class, we have discussed some examples of agro-based industries. Now, let's proceed further. In today's class, we will discuss some examples of mineral-based industries. But dear students, before proceeding further, we must know the meaning of mineral-based industries. Dear students, those industries that use minerals and metals as their raw material are called mineral-based industries. For example, iron and steel industry, aluminium smelting industry, chemical industry, fertilizer industry, cement industry, automobile industry, information technology and electronic industries, etc. In this lesson, we will discuss each one of them in detail, but in today's class, we only discuss the first two industries, iron and steel industry and aluminium smelting industry. Now let's start with the first one, that is iron and steel industry. Dear students, this industry is called the basic and heavy industry. Why we called it? Because it provide base to the other industry. Other industries depend on it for machinery. For example, steel is required for manufacturing variety of engineering goods, for construction material, for defense goods, for medical equipment, etc. Along with this, day-to-day consumer goods like containers, safety pins, utensils, etc. are also made up of steel. That's why we called it basic industry. Dear students, you can gauge the importance of steel from the fact that production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of country's development. And as I earlier called this industry a heavy industry, why? Because the raw material as well as the finished goods produced from this industry are heavy and bulky in nature. That's why we called this industry heavy and basic industry. Now let's discuss the manufacturing process of steel. The first step in the manufacturing process is to transport the raw material to the plant, where to make steel, iron ore is heated and melted in furnace, where the impurities are removed and carbon added to that material. And the next step is the molten material poured into the molds, where it is known as pig's iron. The next step is that pig iron is further purified and melted and oxidizing the impurities. In the same stage, manganese, nickel, chromium are added to that material to harden the steel. And the last step is to give shape to the metal. And to shaping the metal, rolling, pressing, casting, fogging, etc. steps should be taken. Dear students, today most steel is made using one of two processes, blast furnace and electric arc furnace. In the blast furnace, mainly raw material such as iron ore, limestone, coking coal in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1 is used. Along with this, some manganese are also required to harden the steel, whereas in the electric arc furnace mainly use scrap steel. Dear students, the word scrap steel means the discarded or the leftover steel. Dear students, China is the largest producer of steel in the world. However, India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world, but still we are not able to perform to our full potential because there are many challenges we are still facing in India. For example, high cost of production and limited availability of the coking coal, low productivity of labor because our labor is not skillful and not self-disciplined. The next problem is irregular supply of energy. Here energy means electric power. Along with this, raw materials are found only in a certain pocket of India. Poor infrastructures like we don't have the good quality roads, transport, vehicles, communication facilities, etc. That's why the steel industries in India are not able to perform to its full potential. However, liberalization and foreign direct investment have given a boost to the industry, but still there is a need to allocate resources for research and development to produce the good quality steel. Dear students, as I earlier told you that this is a bulky and heavy industry, so the question is, where should the steel plant be ideally located? Then the answer is it should be near the source of raw material. Dear students, in India there is a crescent shaped region or the Chottanagpur Plateau region comprising parts of Chhattisgarh, northern Odisha, Jharkhand, west and West Bengal is extremely rich in high grade iron ore, good quality coking coal, and the other supplementing raw material. And that's why in India, mostly plants located in this region. Beside this quality, there are some other facilities are also available in this region to make it ideally location for iron and steel industry. These facilities are availability of power resources, cheap and skilled labor is also available in the proximity areas of the states Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, etc. Along with this, the local market or the indigenous markets are also available in the peninsular region, and the port facilities are also available to export the iron and steel. Dear students, by doing this, the transportation cost of raw material from mines to plants is reduced. Now, let's see these location on political map of India. Here in this map you can see the Chota Nagpur region is ideally suited for iron and steel industry. There are some other regions also in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Chhattisgarh. Now, the next example of mineral based industry is aluminium smelting industries. Dear students, what do you understand by the term aluminium smelting? Dear students, aluminium smelting is the process of extracting aluminium from its oxide alumina, and alumina is extracted from the ore bauxite. We will discuss this whole process in our next slide. But before that, we must know the characteristics of aluminium and the uses of aluminium. Let's discuss them. Dear students, aluminium smelting is the second most important metallurgical industry in India. Metallurgical industries are those industries that concerned with the extraction, refining, alloying and fabrication of metals. Aluminium is light in weight and resistance to corrosion. Corrosion is the ability or a parameter that describe how well a substance or a metal can withstand damage caused by oxidation or the other chemical reactions. Dear students, along with this, aluminium is a good conductor of heat and it also malleable. Malleable means we can convert it into thin sheets. As well as aluminium becomes strong also when it mixed with other metals. These are the characteristics of aluminium smelting. Now the question is, what are the uses of aluminium? Dear students, it is used to manufacture aircraft, utensils, wire, etc. And now aluminium gained popularity as a substitute of steel, copper, zinc, lead in a number of industries. Dear students, now let's discuss the process of manufacturing in aluminium industry. Aluminium originates from bauxite and bauxite is an ore typically found in the top soil of various tropical and subtropical regions. Once bauxite is mined, then the aluminium within the bauxite ore is chemically extracted into alumina. In next step, the alumina is smelted into pure aluminium metal. Dear students, here I am adding one important fact about this process. And the fact is, aluminium cannot be extracted economically using the chemical process. That's why it is extracted by electrolysis in the whole Herold process. And this process uses a huge amount of electricity. That's why regular supply of electricity and an assured source of raw material at minimum cost are the two prime factors for this industry. Now the question is, where should the aluminium smelting industries be ideally located in India? Dear students, aluminium smelting plants in our country are located in Odisha, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. So, dear students, there are some more examples of mineral based industry, but we will discuss them in our next classes. For now, we will sum up our today's class. We will meet soon in our next class. Till then, stay happy, focused, and do hard work. Thanks.